So let's start this morning by having you tell us your name, your grad year, and your major.
My name is Berlyn Nicole Buncal, but most people call me Nikki. My major is sustainability, and my graduation year is 2020.
Awesome. And I know you are a scholarship recipient.
Yes, I am.
So can you talk a little bit about what the scholarship has enabled you to do here at Western?
So the scholarship has helped me a lot to kind of broaden my surroundings. I got to share my culture with other students here in America, which is pretty fun. The scholarship is called International Cultural Scholarship Program, and it requires us to have 80 hours of sharing our culture with other students and even programs in Western.
And you, Nikki, have an interesting story. So can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to Western?
So I came from an island called Palau, which is in Micronesia. It is thousands away from America. Very simple life, very mellow and chill, all the ocean, open blue skies. Then coming here for college was a great change. I didn't expect to have such opportunities to work in different departments, meet different professors, supervisors, and have opportunities such as talking about the scholarship now.
That's awesome. And so how did you get from Micronesia to Oregon?
That's a funny story. Honestly, after high school, during my senior year, my aunt and uncle are here in Oregon, and they told me, "Have you ever thought of college?" And I did when I was younger. But when my mom passed away, I stopped considering it. Then when senior year hit, then my dad asked me, "Do you want to go to college? Get out of the island, do a little change in life." I thought about it, and my dad supported me, and so did my aunt and uncle. And that's when they helped me get my flight ticket to America, and I started college here. It was a bit of a rough journey, honestly. I faced the SAD, sad moments during fall and winter, culture changes, and different expectations, mostly academic expectations. College expectations were so different from how it was in my island. But as time went on throughout the years here in Western, I learned more to adjust to it.
How different, can you kind of elaborate on that? What made the expectations so different?
It was more hectic than the island. In Palau, we were always, we were ready, we knew what to do, we communicated a lot with our professors, and not too big of a classroom. But when I came here, and I started working here too, I learned about time management. I had to know what time to work, what time to sleep, be healthy, eat, and all of that stuff. So it was a bit tiring at the start, but throughout the 3 years, I learned to adjust to it.
That's awesome. And so let's circle around because I know you're doing amazing. So talk about after kind of that initial culture shock, how did you settle into Western and tell us everything you're involved with now.
I first was part of the international club. I was just a member when I was a freshman. And then for the next following years, I became an officer. I was first a secretary, then I became a vice president, and currently now I'm the president of the international club. And then I'm also the vice president of the environmental club of this year. I was very involved in Western, so I would be part of the Hawaiian club, bike club. I would join the conversation partners, which is one of the programs we're encouraged to go in, and a couple of those, really. I wasn't afraid to ask for help or look for opportunities within Western. And my supervisors and my bosses and teachers, they would always say, "Oh, want to try this out? Want to do this?" And I said, "Sure, why not? Give it a shot."
That's amazing. So how has your scholarship, how has it enabled you to grow as a person here at Western?
It helped me a lot. It was a struggle at first as a freshman to a sophomore to now like my 4th year here. I work 20 hours a week and I work 40 hours throughout the summer. You can ask my supervisors and my bosses. They know how much work I try to put into all my stuff because I support myself. My dad lives far away and he can't really do much. So he only can do is just morally support me. Mm-hmm. I feel terrible myself because my dad says, "I can't do much to help you. I'm sorry about that." And I said, "Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine." And I always pray and that gives me faith to know like things will be fine. And so right now the scholarship has helped me so much because it increased this year. I actually cried when I opened the email and my advisor told me that. You could ask my boss, I was crying and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's going to be such huge help because I was struggling financially, but I learned to ask help from my bosses.
Absolutely. I'm like, what a story you have, Nikki. Like, I feel, you know, you are really, for me, what a Western student really embodies, like just that hidden gem. There are so many of you. And how many jobs do you have?
Currently, I have 3 jobs in campus, but different positions.
And so can you talk about what you do?
So I work for DPS. I'm a cameraman, editor, and sometimes my boss would let me direct. I work for technical services, so we help repair books and CDs, do some stuff with the data on the library. And I also work at the Warner University Center as an information desk and building setup.
Wow. That's a lot to add to your resume, isn't it?
Yes,
so I know you've been here. Let's end with a fun question. This is your 4th year, correct?
Yes.
And you changed you're utilizing this cool new opportunity, this sustainability major, which is amazing. It is amazing. And I feel like so fortunate to work at a campus that offers it. But so you made this incredible change. If you had to choose one professor, who's your favorite and why?
I honestly would say Professor Mark Van Steeder. He knows how to put fun into studying, and he's really understanding to all his students. There were times where I didn't really understand much because I was new to it. I'm more used to learning things physically, like out in nature. But even in the classroom setting, he makes us feel very comfortable, and he doesn't hinder us from opening to him about our situations. Like if we need help or we want to look for opportunities, he's always on point. He always wants us to find the better in things, and he wants us to success. He proves not only in his words, but in his actions too.
That's awesome. I know you're not the only one who is a Mark Van Steeder fan. That's great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Nikki. It's been wonderful to get to know you, and I'm so excited for our Western family, donors, alums, supporters to get to know you through this. You have like an amazing story.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. You're all done. Come on out.